Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Worcester State University for Hopkinton Hillers varsity softball on HCAM, as today the second-seeded Hopkinton Hillers take on third-seeded Bedford Buccaneers. Bedford 20-1 overall. The Hopkinton Hillers 20-3. Tom Nappy on the call. Denise Taki on production, and we are at Worcester State University for playoff softball. It is a Division II state semifinals matchup, and it should be a great battle between two very good teams and two very good pitchers. It is an absolutely beautiful day here at Worcester State University. Temperatures are in the mid-70s. It might drop a little as it gets later into the day, but certainly gorgeous temperatures. The sun is out, a great crowd on hand, and we are just about ready to see who will go to the state championship. They had one game that just occurred here. This is the second game of the night at Worcester State University, and the story of this game is going to be all about the two great pitchers that you have going at it here today. For the Hopkinton Hillers, of course, you'll have Addie Walls, who has just been absolutely tremendous all season long, and she is certainly a special player for this Hopkinton Hillers softball program. Addie Walls, a 1.53 ERA overall, 174 strikeouts on the season. And not only that, she has been great with the bat as well, hitting a 436 on the season. And the story for this Bedford Buccaneers team, well, the story for them is also their pitcher, who, funny enough, happens to wear number 5. And she goes by the name of Alex Rossi. And she recently received the rare honor of being named as a Gatorade Player of the Year. And she comes into today's game with a .35 ERA and has been the leader for this Bedford team on the mound and with the bat. Right now they got the introductions going. So let's send it to the field for the opening announcements.
Tonight's participants, first designated as the visitors from Bedford High School. Number 1, Addie Holker. Number 3, Becca Silver. Number 60 Hillis. Number 5, Alex Rossi. Number 6, Lexi Masters. Number 7, Kate Madison. Number 8, Madeline Thompson. Number 9, Audrey Duval. Number 10, Laura Fennell. Number 11, Sammy Landone. Number 13, Annie Rossi. Number 16, Alice.
Head coach is Dennis Walsh. Assistants Nate Ask and Billy Bellino. Team manager is Avery Wasserman. Now let's meet the home team designated tonight, Hopkinton Hillers. Number 1, Ava Davenport. Number 2, Zoe Levine. Number 3, Alana Dallas. Number 4, Callie Hopper. Number 5, Addie Walls. Number 6, Ella Petstone. Number 7, Candy Trundle. Number 8, Charlotte Hogan. Number 9, Kate Lusenberger. Number 10, Tony Wynn. Number 11, Ashley Calloway. Number 12, Alex Lusenberger. Number 13, Bridget Rolicki. Number 14, Zoe Adams. Number 15, Holly Pahara. Number 16, Caroline Osmond. Managers, Macy Hibbett. Head coach is Shannon Albury. Assistants, Jesse Connor and Jillian Sia. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please rise at the table and remove your hats and face the center field as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. The MIAA would like to remind all participants as well as spectators that every interest of the last event is an extension of the daily classroom setting. Good sportsmanship is expected to be displayed at all times to the teams, coaches, and spectators, as well as team officials. Best of luck to both teams. Also, please be alert of foul balls throughout the game as they could cause injury.
Welcome back into Worcester State University. You heard the starting lineups, and we are just about ready to get this game going between two of the best in the state for a chance to compete in the Division II State Championship. Once again, I'm Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. Denise Taki running the camera. We will have the video broadcast of this game. It'll be available in 2 days. We'll be able to post the video broadcast, so you will be able to see the video, but we'll also have highlights from the game, and you can expect those highlights to come out either tonight or tomorrow. As Addie Wall's on the mound, Hillers are the home team as they are the 2 seed. Bedford is the away team and 3 seed, and we are underway. The first pitch a little bit inside at the plate. That is Alex Rossi for Bedford. Alex Rossi, a tremendous hitter, arguably the best on this Bedford team, and of course their pitcher as well, and she is certainly someone to watch out for in this game. Set to deliver, and that is fouled off the backstop. 2-2 the count. Set to deliver. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout to start things off. Well, that's how you want to get started if you're Addie Walls. So correction, that was, this is Alex Rossi at the plate now, the second hitter for Bedford. That was Becca Sobel who just hit. We're just getting the lineups into us now. There's a ball. So Becca Sobel got things started with a strikeout, and now you got Rossi at the plate. Rossi hitting a .543 on the season. And Becca Sobel, she's the second baseman for this Bedford team. As Rossi awaits the pitch, and a good eye there. And that'll make it a 2-1 count. We'll take you around the Hillard Diamond in just a moment. Walk drawn. So Rossi drawing the walk. And that'll bring up Lexi Masters, the left fielder. Set to deliver. And this is hit in the air and foul out of play. Line up and the pitch. And there's a strike. Check it at first. Runner back safe. Line up and the pitch. And this is popped up and foul. Set to deliver. That pitch just outside. Checking at first. Runner slides back. Alex Rossi thought about taking off. Count is 0-2 on Masters. And this is hit hard in the air to center field and caught by Callie Arthur for the second out. Rossi will stay put at first base. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Kate Patterson, with 2 outs.
First baseman, number 7, Kate Patterson.
Line up and the pitch, and that's fouled away. Kate Patterson, a .328 batting average during the season, 15 RBIs, 21 runs scored, 5 doubles, a triple, and a home run to her credit. And she hits this one hard in the air towards left center, and it's caught for the out, and a nice ranging catch by Zoe Levine to grab the out, and we will head to the bottom of the first. We are scoreless on HCAM. Welcome back. We are set for the bottom of the first. Stepping to the plate, we have Addie Walls. She'll get the first glimpse of a named Gatorade Player of the Year, Alex Rossi. And she is known as one of the best pitchers in the state. So it should be quite a pitcher duel between Addie Walls, who has been tremendous all season, and I think one day could perhaps be the best pitcher in the state herself, and Alex Rossi. And first pitch by Rossi, a little bit outside for a ball, 1-0. Addie Walls has hit the ball very well, especially as of late, a .436 during the regular season. .484 on base percentage, and she puts this one in the air towards the fence, and it's gone! Home run, Hillers! Addie Walls goes yard! Wow! What a monster shot that was by Addie Walls! And just like that, the Hillers lead it 1-0. That is the way you want to get things started if you're the Hillers. Absolutely tattooed. And Addie Walls went yard against Westwood, and she does it here again in the playoffs with the bat. She is 7 for 12, and that is her second homer of the postseason as Zoe Levine steps to the plate. That was absolutely tremendous. Walls comes up to the plate. She says, "Oh, you're one of the best pitchers in the state, huh? Well, let's start things off this way." Pops a home run out of the ballpark. Zoe Levine has been hitting the ball very well. This Hiller lineup, they want to get going early and often. They have outscored their opponents this postseason 32-6. As she takes a strike there. And that's what they like to do, try to overpower your opponents with explosive hitting. It is certainly not going to be an easy task against this pitcher. You got to expect that Rossi will settle down the game at some point. And there's a strike. She thought she had the walk. That's going to fill up the count. We'll take a look at this Bedford defense in just a moment as we get a strikeout swinging there. One away, and that's going to bring up the first baseman for the Hillers, Charlotte Holden. So lineup for the Hillers, Addie Walls, the pitcher, led things off with a solo shot. Zoe Levine, left fielder, hitting second. She struck out. Charlotte Holden, first baseman, hitting third. Holly Paharic is your shortstop, and she will hit cleanup, wind up in the pitch. And that's in there for a strike. Ashley Callery is the third baseman, hitting fifth. Hitting sixth, Caroline Osmond, the catcher, as we are set for the pitch. And another strike there. That's strike two. Batting seventh is going to be Zoe Adams, who is the designated player today. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and there's another out, 2 away. And continuing on with the batting order, Ava Davenport, second baseman, hitting eighth. And Callie Arthur, the center fielder, hitting ninth. So here comes Holly Paharic. And I'm sure she's another one that was looking forward to this matchup. And we have a very interesting story about Holly Paharic and Alex Rossi. They'll actually be teammates next year at Boston College. Alex Rossi heading to Boston College, and Holly Paharic will be heading there as well. So future teammates doing battle here at Worcester State University today. And that pitch outside. Holly Paharic, a .579 batting average during the season, 36 RBIs, 33 runs scored, 6 doubles, 3 triples, and 11 home runs. Tremendous. Swing and a miss there. During the postseason, Holly Paharic only 1 for 3 at the plate, and that's because opponents have walked her quite a bit. She has 7 walks in the postseason. And that pitch down low. And they're seeing if she went. And they're going to say it's a strike. Bat went around, and the umpire says. Rossi is set to deliver. And that pitch a little high. That's going to make it a 2-2 count. Well, Paharic would love to get on base here. And despite only going 1 for 3, she obviously has those 7 walks and has gotten on base most of her plate appearances during this postseason. 2 RBIs and 3 runs scored for Paharic. Full count now. And she's going to draw the walk. So her 8th walk of the postseason. Paharic trots down to first. Runner on for the Hillers. 2 outs. Ashley Callery, third baseman, stepping to the plate. Well, Ashley Callery, she has been absolutely tremendous in the postseason. 6'4", 11 at the plate. 5 RBIs, 2 runs. And she'll take a strike there. Rossi's starting to work a little faster now. Rossi, a .35 ERA, absolutely tremendous. Runner takes off from first, throw to second. She's safe. And how about another stolen base for Paharic? Well, Paharic, and she actually looks a little shooken up. She's grabbing at her hand, it looks like. And Coach Alberry going to come out and check up on her. Certainly hope she's okay. She is someone you cannot afford to lose in this postseason. And now the trainer taking a look. Paharic has 5 stolen bases in the postseason. That was her 6th. And while the trainer takes a look at her, we're going to step aside. We are in the bottom of the first, and actually, she is good, she says. We are ready to continue. So a little shooken up there. She was grabbing at her arm. And I think her arm might have collided a little bit with the second baseman. Ashley Callery steps back in. The right-handed batter's box. A swing and a miss. And Bedford gets all 3 outs via the strikeout. But Addie Walls starts off the bottom of the first with a shot to the moon to give the Hillers a 1-0 lead. We head to the top of the second and this Division II state semifinal game on HCAM. And welcome back. We are ready for the top of the second. Hillers off to a 1-0 lead thanks to Addie Walls, who had a moonshot solo home run to start things off. And now we got Addie Poulter at the plate. And she's going to take a strike. Addie Poulter, the right fielder for Bedford. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Well, Addie Walls knows she has got to absolutely be on her A game today, and certainly a very good start. And this is hit in the air, foul out of play. Let's take a look at this Bedford lineup. Becca Sobel, the second baseman, led things off. Alex Rossi, the pitcher, hitting second. Lexi Masters, left fielder, hitting third. Kate Patterson, first baseman, hitting cleanup, as that was a ball. Addie Poulter, right fielder, hitting fifth. Hitting sixth is Maya Vitti, the shortstop, as this is hit in the air towards right center, and that'll drop just in front of Callie Arthur. So lead hitter on for Bedford. Alice Cooprider, catcher, hitting seventh. Andy Rossi, center fielder, hitting eighth. And hitting ninth is Audrey DeMeo. as Iavidi stepping to the plate. Runner on for Bedford as they look to get something going. And nearly got away. Nice block behind the plate by Caroline Osmond. Let's get you the Hiller defense. On the hill, Addie Walls, Caroline Osmond behind home plate. Charlotte Holden at first base. At second base is, as that is blocked, runner back to first. Ava Davenport at second base. Shortstop, Holly Paharik, Ashley Callery at third. From left to right, Zoe Levine, Callie Arthur, and Cammie Trendle is the Hopkinton Hillers defense for this Division II state semifinal game. There's a bunt, and that's a fair ball, third base side, throw to first, they get the out, but a job well done as they do advance the runner. A 5-3 out for out number one, and that'll bring up Alice Cooprider, the catcher. Cooprider set to step in. And that pitch outside. And the big lead at second base for Poulter, but she's back to the bag. Cooprider hitting hit a 317 during the season, 397 on base percentage. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there. Does have 17 RBIs to her credit. 1-1 the count. Walls set to deliver. Line up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Walls set to deal. A little high. 2-2. And the runner at second back to the bag as Osmond throws up the pike. 28 pitches in these early goings so far for Addie. Walls glares in and is set to deal. Hit in the air, right side, foul territory, out of play. Well, they got a nice setup down here at Worcester State University. They're on a grass field, by the way. We got the actual grass and dirt type of field. Something you don't see so much anymore. A lot of fields going to turf as Addie Walls gets a strikeout, a swing and a miss for Cooprider, and there's 2 away. Annie Rossi set to step to the plate. Annie Rossi, the center fielder for Bedford. Swing and a miss. Oh, that Walls dealing so far in these early goings. Line up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Yeah, I'm sure the athlete's happy. They got to wear those metal spikes today. And a strikeout there to wrap up the top of the second. And despite a hitter reaching base on a single, no harm done. And we will head to the bottom of the second. Hillers lead it 1-0 on HCAM. Just about ready to continue on in the bottom of the second. Here at Worcester State University. It's the Division II state semifinals. The winner goes to the Division II state championship game this weekend. Caroline Osmond, the catcher, set to step to the plate. Is Alex Rossi set to deal. And a strike right down the pipe there. 0-1. Caroline Osmond, a .380 batting average during the season. .429 on base percentage. And they're going to see if she went for the swing there. The first base umpire says no. 1-1. Osmond, 37 RBIs, 12 runs scored, 10 doubles, 3 triples, and 5 home runs. Wind up and the pitch. And there's a strike. 1-2 the count. A great turnout from Hopkinton here at this game. Good turnout from Bedford as well. Wind up and the pitch, and this is hit in the air, foul territory, out of play. Well, the Hillers as a team this season, a .419 batting average, and not much has changed in the postseason. Hillers hitting a .415 in the playoffs. Wind up and the pitch, and this is hit in the air, right side foul. Caroline Osmond, she's been hitting the ball well, 2 for 7 in the postseason, and an RBI and a couple walks to her credit. And we'll actually get you the Bedford defense, as I think we're getting a new softball here. Alex Rossi is the pitcher. Alice Cooprider, the catcher. Kate Patterson at first base. Becca Sobel at second base. Maya Vitti, the shortstop, wind up in the pitch. A change up outside. At third base, Sammy Langone. From left to right, Lexi Masters, Annie Rossi, and Addie Poulter for Bedford. Wind up and the pitch, and this is hit high in the air, kind of floating up there to land in the shallow outfield, and Annie Rossi really had to come in to make a play on that, and she will make the catch for out number 1. Nice job by Rossi. It kind of landed a little bit more in front of her than she thought. She caught it off balance as she was leaning forward, kind of came to a small dive there, but able to make the play. And Zoe Adams steps in. And there's a strike on Zoe. Set to deliver is Rossi. And she took a little too much time there. Time called. Zoe Adams, the designated player today. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. Well, Zoe, 1 for 7 in the postseason. Had a great regular season with the bat. .377 batting average, .411 on base percentage. Swing and a miss. And there's a strikeout. Well, I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of strikeouts on both sides tonight. 2 of the best pitchers in the state going at it here at Worcester State University. Ava Davenport, the second baseman, stepping to the plate. Ava Davenport, 1 for 3 in the postseason. During the regular season, hit a .391 with a .440 on base percentage. 7 RBIs, 26 runs, as she takes strike 1. Rossi set to deal, swing and a miss. Well, you know Bedford has good pitching. They have shut out all 3 opponents so far in this postseason. In the round of 32, they defeated Oliver Ames 11-0. And it looks like we have a catcher gear malfunction, so she's going to go fix that as we'll get a stoppage here. Round of 16, they took down Duxbury 10-0. And in the round of 8, they defeated Tewksbury 6-0. As for the Hillers, not so bad either, as they have outscored their opponents 32-6. In the round of 32 for the Hillers, they beat Shepherd Hill 13-3. Round of 16, they got the 7-1 win over Marblehead. And then in the round of 8, they took down the Westwood Wolverines, TVL rival, 12-2. So 3 great wins by both of these teams to get to this point and have a chance to get to the Division II state championship game. We're in the bottom of the second, a 1-0 Hiller lead. Bases clear, 2 outs for the Hillers as Ava Davenport steps in to the right-handed hitter batter's box. Wind up and the pitch, a little high. 1-0 the count. Correction, 2-1 the count. And she needs time. Wind up and the pitch. A swing and a miss. And I stood and corrected once again. It was a 1-2 count before that pitch, but she swings at strike 3, and that'll wrap up the bottom of the second. We are heading to the top of the third in this Division II state semifinal. Hopkinton Hillers lead Bedford 1-0 on H-Camp. Welcome back. We continue on to the top of the third inning. A 1-0 Hiller lead. Stepping to the plate is going to be number 9, Audrey Dumlau. And the first pitch there is a strike from Addie. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Audrey Dumlau is the flex for Bedford today. And a strike there. Another swing and a miss. 1-2. So far, Walls has 3 strikeouts in this game. And a breaking pitch, a little outside there, had a lot of movement on it. Well, Walls has pitched very well in this postseason and, of course, all season long. 26 strikeouts in the postseason. 174 during the regular season. But she's had a couple of moments where she struggled to find the strike zone for a couple of hitters, but hoping to not run into those issues here as we get a strikeout looking for Dumlau. 1 away, and you could score that a backwards K as Becca Sobel will step to the plate with 1 out in the top of the third. It's top of the order for Bedford. That pitch up high. Well, we've talked a lot about Bedford's pitching, but they're also a good hitting team. As a team, they hit a .369 during the regular season, .441 on base percentage. As this is hit in the air, foul out of play right side. And 1 the count on Sobel. And she drives this one to center field. What a catch! A diving catch by Callie Arthur. Well, the Hiller defense knows they got to be on their A game today, and that was an A-plus catch by Callie Arthur. She dove to her right and snagged a liner and robbed Sobel of the hit. And now Alex Rossi steps to the plate. Right up in the pitch to Rossi, that pitch outside. Rossi, a .543 batting average, .614 on base percentage during the season. Right up and the pitch. And that is going to be ball 2 there, 2-0, a little outside. Set to deliver the 2-0, and this is driven up the right side foul. And actually, that went off the Bedford coach there, but fortunately, she appears to be okay. Well, we talk about Alex Rossi's pitching. Opponents hitting a .08 off of her this season. And a strike there. Grab the outer corner. Rossi didn't seem too thrilled about the call. Wind up and the pitch. And this is hit in the air. A floater towards center field and caught. Callie Arthur once again with a nice catch. And that is going to wrap up the top half of the third. We're heading to the bottom of the third. Hillers lead it 1-0 in this Division II state semifinal game on HCAM. Bottom of the third inning, Callie Arthur coming up to the plate for her first time today. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call from Worcester State University for the Division II state semifinals. Denise Taki on camera for the TV broadcast, which you'll get to see a couple days from now. The game is live on the MIAA's NFHS network. They have the TV broadcast. But we are fortunate to at least bring you the audio of the game, courtesy of Hopkinton High School and HHS TV. 9-1 and 2 hitters due up for the Hillers. Callie Arthur, Addie Walls, Zoe Levine. Callie Arthur, she's hit the ball very well. Don't be fooled because she's in that ninth spot. Coach Alberry likes her in that ninth spot. Give a little power to the end of the batting order. Callie Arthur during the season, a .509 batting average, .594 on base percentage. And takes that one just outside. In the postseason, Callie Arthur 5 for 9 at the plate, 3 RBIs, 6 runs, and a double to her credit. Wind up and the pitch, and she tried to check her swing there, but went a little too far. There's out number 1. Top of the order now, Addie Walls stepping to the plate. She homered to start off the bottom of the first, and that so far is the only score in this game. And she's going to try to do it again here. Two of the best in the state in this pitcher-hitter battle. A pitch a little too high, 1-0. Wind up and the pitch. And this is going to take a couple hops up the left side, throw over. 5-3 for out number 2. And that'll bring up Zoe Levine. Well, I mean, taking a look at this pitching matchup, Addie Walls, Alex Rossi, I mean, that lone run in the bottom of the first, it won't surprise me at all if that's the only run in this game. A strike there to Levine. And that was actually the first run that Bedford has given up in the entirety of the postseason so far. Line up and the pitch. And a strike there. Levine struck out in the first inning. She had a .350 on the season, .494 on base percentage. A swing and a miss. And a 1-2-3 they go. And we will roll right along to the top of the fourth. It is the Bedford Buccaneers, the Hopkinton Hillers, Division II state semifinals. Hillers lead it 1-0 on HCAM. We are ready for the top of the fourth. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for Bedford. Lexi Masters, the center fielder. Kate Patterson, first baseman. Addie Poulter, right fielder. Addie Walls set to deliver. And this is popped up and out of play. A nice setup they got here at Worcester State University. Nice concession stand selling some good smelling food. A great crowd at the university tonight to take in this tremendous state semifinal matchup. 1-1 the count. And there's a strike. 1-2. Masters flew out back in the first inning with her only plate appearance up to this point. Wind up and the pitch, and this is driven up the middle. What a dive! Holly Paharek robbing another hit. A tremendous dive by Holly for the out. One away, and that'll bring up Kate Patterson. Oh, that is going to be one for the highlight reel. which we will either have for you tonight or early tomorrow. Swing and a miss there for Patterson. 0-1 the count. A swing and a miss. 0-2. Set to deliver. Little high and tight. 1-2. Kate Patterson, 328 batting average during the season. 403 on base percentage. Walls delivers, and this is hit in the air, right side, foul out of play. Count remains 1-2. Walls deals just outside, 2-2. Set to deliver, down low. That'll fill up the count. Well, Walls has been efficient up to this point, and Addie certainly wants to try to avoid those walks here today and keep that ball in the strike zone. And that's fouled off the backstop. But you got a good hitting lineup with this Bedford team and a lot of tough hitters to face. 20-1 overall is their record. Hillers 20-3. Lineup and the pitch, and that's fouled into the backstop once again. The battle continues. Count remains full. Addie up to her 60th pitch. Lineup and the pitch, and this is up the left side, foul. The battle will continue on. Patterson flew out her first time up. Patterson, 5 doubles, a triple, and a homer to her credit this season. And she's going to ground this one to short. Paharic with the throw over. No problem. 6-3, 4 out number 2. And that'll bring up Addie Poulter, the right fielder. Addie Poulter has hit the ball well all season. 348 batting average for Bedford, 387 on base percentage. 20 RBIs, 18 runs as she fouls that one away. Bases clear, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 4th. Walls set to deal. And a strike there. Oh, that was a ball rather. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Yeah, sometimes a little bit of a deceiving strike and ball call by the home plate umpire. But a 1-2 count here. And that's fouled off the backstop. Lineup and the pitch. Just a little bit low. Two and two the count. Well, the winner of this game plays the winner of Thursday's game between 5th-seeded Westfield, as that's foul tip there, and Silver Lake. They'll be playing tomorrow at 5 p.m. over at UMass Dartmouth. That's Thursday, June 12th for Westfield and Silver Lake. Winner of that game will play the winner of this one in the Division II state finals. As that is hit foul into the backstop. Well, Bedford had a great postseason run last year as well. They fell to the eventual Division II state champion Walpole in last year's semifinal matchup, 1-0. The Hillers are hoping to give them a repeat of that 1-0 shortcoming in a semifinal game, but obviously we still have a ways to go here. Well, the battle continuing on. Count is now full. And this is popped up right side, caught by Charlotte Holden at first base for the out. And we are heading to the bottom of the fourth. Hillers lead it 1-0 on HCAM. Ready to continue on into the bottom of the fourth. Due up for the Hillers, a 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Charlotte Holden, Holly Paharic, and Ashley Callery. As they look to try to get something going with those bats, but when you're facing one of the best in the state, certainly not easy to do so. Charlotte Holden struck out in her only plate appearance up to this point. Takes that one outside. 1-0. Set to deliver. A swing and a miss. 1-1. And a swing and a miss there. Well, pretty much throughout the entirety of this Hiller lineup, you can find a good hitter, but when you got a sensational pitcher like this, one of the best, certainly not easy to deal with. As Charlotte Holden goes down looking, one away. Holly Paharic stepping to the plate. Paharic reached on a walk in her only plate appearance back in the first inning and hoping to reach here once again. Lineup and the pitch up high. As I mentioned, Alex Rossi, she is a commit to Boston College, and so is Holly Paharic. These two girls will be teammates next year for the Boston College Eagles. Rossi set to deliver. And that pitch a little high and outside. It's going to make the count 2-0 on Holly. Paharic, just a tremendous all-around softball player. And certainly not an easy hitter to deal with, but she'll take strike one there. 2-1. Paharic has walked now 8 times in this postseason, half of which were intentional walks. Lineup and the pitch, but I don't think you'll see any intentional walks with these two pitchers. The last pitch inside, 3-1 now. It's Holly looking to draw another walk. Rossi delivers a swing and a miss, full count. Big swing there by Paharic. She was thinking home run with that swing. Rossi glares in and is set to deliver. And strike 3, Holly goes down looking, 2 away. That'll bring up Ashley Callery to the plate. Ashley Callery 0 for 1 so far with a strikeout as she hits this one in the air, foul out of play. It was almost like Rossi gave a little extra mustard on those pitches to Paharic. Lineup and the pitch. And there's a strike. We talked about what Bedford did last year. They lost in the semifinals 1-0. Hillers also in the postseason last year. Swing and a miss there for the strikeout to end the inning. But to continue my thought, the Hillers last year, they lost 7-2 in the round of 32 versus Dartmouth. They're certainly happy to be here in this semifinal game, and they lead it as we are going to head to the top of the fifth. It's a 1-0 Hiller lead. Will the Bedford Bats get going? We should find out. You are tuned in to the Division II state semifinals on HCAM. Mia Vitti, the shortstop, coming to the plate as we enter the top of the fifth. Wind up in the pitch, and this is hit in the air, left side, and caught in foul territory by Ashley Callery for the out. One away, and that's going to bring up Alice Cooprider. Alice Cooprider struck out in her only plate appearance so far, back in the second inning. And she's going to put this one in the air, left side, and caught. And a nice catch there by Zoe Levine, who had a range in to make the catch, but she does. And Paharek, she was taking a couple steps back, but backed off when she saw Levine flying in there. Two away, Annie Rossi to the plate. Wind up in the pitch. It's a bunt, pulled back. 1-0. Walls set to deal. There's a bunt. Trying to poke it up the right side. Fouled away. One and one the count. And time called here. And I think the Bedford coach wanted a word with his hitter. Rossi steps back in. We are ready to continue on. Wind up and the pitch. It's a bunt right in front of the plate. Throw to first. They get the out. 1-3 for out number 3, and that retires the side in the top of the fifth. We are heading to the bottom of the fifth. Hopkinton leading Bedford 1-0 in the Division II state semifinals at Worcester State University on HCAM. Caroline Osmond stepping to the plate here in the bottom of the fifth. And the first pitch to her is a ball. 1-0 the count. 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up for the Hillers. She'll take a strike, 1-1. Caroline Osmond, Zoe Adams, Ava Davenport. Alex Rossi has thrown 61 pitches so far. She's been very efficient. As per the usual with her, there's another strike. 0-2. Lined up and the pitch. Outside, 1-2. Well, Alex Rossi has struck out more than 900 hitters over her high school career. And she is somewhere in the top of the record books for strikeouts, for sure. And that's fouled into the backstop. I think someday you might see Addie Walls be in that range. Rossi set to deliver to Osmond, who flew out in her only plate appearance so far. She'll get a piece of this one, hit in the air, but it's foul right side. Look out near the concession stand. Well, Osmond, she's been hitting the ball very well this season. .380 during the regular season, .429 on base percentage. Wind up and the pitch. A swing and a miss. One away. And that's going to bring up Zoe Adams, the designated player. Well, in your pitching matchup so far, Addie Walls, 4 strikeouts. Rossi with 11. And there's a strike to Adams. Rossi got 18 strikeouts in Bedford's semifinals win. Swing and a miss. 0-2. And pretty much, if you get, you'll have to take advantage of 1 or 2 mistakes at the absolute most to try to get on the scoreboard against the pitching of Alex Rossi. Unfortunately, Addie Walls was able to do that to start off the bottom of the first, and that's why the Hillers have that 1-0 lead. As Ava Davenport steps to the plate, and she's going to bunt. Throw to first, it's going to get away. And Davenport is aboard. A nice bunt there. And she put it right up the third base side and flew up the first base line as the Hillers look to get something going. Callie Arthur set to step to the plate. Well, Ava Davenport so fast on those base paths and just a perfect bunt. Lined up and the pitch. It's a bunt into the backstop, and Davenport took off, but she'll have to return as there's a foul ball. Set for the pitch, and Arthur thought about bunting. Throw to second as Davenport takes off, and they catch her stealing. So caught stealing is Davenport, and that is going to wrap up the bottom of the 5th. We're heading to the top of the 6th. Hillers clinging on to a 1-0 lead. You are tuned in to the Division II state semifinals on HCAM. Top of the 6th inning as the first pitch from Addie is hit in the air, and to the left side it goes, and Ashley Callery makes the catch for a quick out as Audrey Dumlau, the flex, flew out there, and now the top of the order for Bedford. Becca Sobel stepping in. The first pitch to her is in there for a strike. Walls set to deliver. And this is hit in the air, right side, foul, out of play.
Go, Becca!
I'll tell you, Bedford, they're being aggressive, trying to get to Walls somehow and get a hit off of her as that's fouled away. Only 1 hit so far in the game for Bedford. Wind up and the pitch, and this is on the ground. A dive by Holly, throw to first from the knees, and it's not going to be in time. It's going to be a 1-out single for Sobel. Well, that's exactly what the Buccaneers were looking for there. Get a runner on, and now you got Alex Rossi stepping to the plate. That was a great effort by Paharik. It was a nice stop on the hard-hit grounder and a good throw from the knees and nearly got her. But unfortunately, it was the Bedford leadoff hitter who has all kinds of speed coming up that line. Walls set to deal. That pitch outside. 2-0 the count. Wind up and the pitch. And this is up the middle right off of Addie. And everybody's going to be safe. Throw to second. They nearly caught the runner off the bag. But she was just able to slide back. Well, that was just a hard hit ball right up the middle and went off of Addie Walls. And they're going to check on her, make sure she's okay. But it's going to be 2 on with 1 out for Bedford. Lexi Masters set to step to the plate. Well, it's been smooth sailing up to this point for Addie Walls. And now Bedford threatening here in the top of the 6th. Wind up and the pitch, and this is hit in the air left side, and that is going to go off the fence, and here comes some runs. 1 run is in and a second run, and it is a 2 RBI double for the center fielder, Lexi Masters. And Bedford has claimed the lead. Well, that's what they've been waiting for. Get that part of the lineup up to the plate with runners on, a chance to strike. And that's what Lexi Masters does. As coming up next, you got the cleanup hitter, Kate Patterson, the first baseman. Well, the Hillers, they had Bedford down to their final 6 outs heading into this inning. And now the situation has all of a sudden been reversed as that is fouled away. Wind up in the pitch, down low. Now, if you're Addie Walls, don't lose concentration. Just concentrate on getting the outs, hitting that strike zone, and getting through this inning. Set to deliver. And a little outside there, says the home plate umpire. 1-1. And this is ripped up the left side, but caught. A nice catch by Zoe Levine, who was playing out deep. 2 away, and that'll bring up Addie Poulter, the right fielder. Poulter 1 for 2 in the game, has singled and flown out. And down low there. Still have that runner at second, Lexi Masters, who hit that 2 RBI double over at second base. And you certainly just want to get out of the rest of this inning clean and try to get that run back. It'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters next inning for the Hillers. So we'll see Addie Walls at the plate. Wind up and the pitch. And there's a strike. She winds and deals, and this is hit in the air left center, and that's going to drop. And here comes another run for Bedford, and that is an RBI double for the right fielder, Addie Poulter. Just a good piece of hitting there, and the Bedford Bats have come alive. They now lead it 3-1. Miaviti set to step to the plate. Well, the Hillers, they're the home team, so they'll have 2 innings left to try to get some runs as Miaviti takes a strike. Here's the 0-1. Down low, 1-1. Set to deal, and that pitch inside gets away from the catcher. Runner on second, Addie Poulter is going to advance to third. Now the Hillers, they got to settle down here. Just get this out and get out of the inning. Well, Walls is up to 96 pitches, so that arm may be starting to get a little bit tired. It does appear like she lost maybe a little bit of velocity coming in to this inning. But you had a very difficult part of the Bedford lineup up at the plate. But she's going to get out of it here without any further harm. Miavidi goes down swinging. But Bedford has plated 3 runs, and they now lead it 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th on HCAM. Bottom of the 6th inning, Bedford has pulled ahead. But Callie Arthur set to step to the plate. The 9 1-2 hitters due up for the Hillers. Callie Arthur, Addie Walls, and Zoe Levine to face Alex Rossi, who you can see why she is known as perhaps the best pitcher in this state, Gatorade Player of the Year, and heading to Boston College next year, where, funny enough, she'll be teammates with Holly Paharic. So I think BC, they got themselves a great class coming in for their softball team. There's that pitch outside. 1-1. Callie Arthur at the plate for her second time today. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. She would love to get on base here. She's going to bunt. Slow roller up the first base line. And did she get there before the first baseman? No, she did not. A 3 unassisted ground out for Callie. And it was a close foot race between Kate Patterson and Arthur, with Patterson just able to beat her out. And now here's Addie Walls. And she scored the only run of the game up until the top of the 6th with that solo shot to start off the bottom of the 1st. And she takes that pitch low. 1-0. Well, Walls would love to work her magic at the plate here. Try to get a rally going. And she'll follow that into the backstop. A hard swing there by Addie. On deck is Zoe Levine. Set to deliver, and that's off the backstop. 1-2 is the count on Addie Walls. Yeah, and part of that 3-run rally for Bedford, just an unfortunate situation. You had one of those hits right up the middle, no chance to make a play on it. A swing and a miss there for Addie Walls, 2-away. Zoe Levine set to step to the plate. Zoe Levine 0 for 2 so far today, but hoping to come through right here. Up high. One and oh the count. Wind up and the pitch. There's a bunt up the middle. It's a good one. Picked up. Throw over, and they got her. A nice play by Alex Rossi. It looked like she had a little trouble at first picking up the ball, but able to quickly get the throw over and get the out. 1, 2, 3 they go. We are heading to the top of the 7th. Bedford leading the Hillers 3-1 on HCAM. Top of the 7th inning. Bedford looking to add some security as the first pitch of the inning is popped up and it's caught by Holly Paharic. As Alice Cooprider, the catcher, flies out for out number 1. And that'll bring up Andy Rossi, the center fielder. Well, the Hillers will be down to their final 3 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. But the good news is they'll have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up. So that's a good part of the batting order to try to get something going. Wind up and the pitch. Outside. One and one the count. But you got to give huge credit to Addie Walsh. She has been sensational on the mound in this game. And as this is hit up the right side foul, and you had that slip up last inning, but this is a great Bedford lineup you're facing. And up to that point, she was pitching a one-hit ball game. 1-2 the count. Inside, 2-2. Wind up and the pitch, and this is hit in the air, right side foul out of play. Count remains 2-2. Set to deliver, up high, full count. Yeah, what you want to do here, you really want to clean in here, get out of it quick, and get to that bottom of the 7th and hope your 3, 4, and 5 hitters could do some damage. And she gets a piece of this one. Slow roller picked up by Callie Arthur. She'll flip it a second for the out. A 4-3 out. For out number 2, excuse me, that was second base today's Eva Davenport. So it's Davenport flipping it to Holden for the second out. And that'll bring up Audrey Dumlau, the flex. And first pitch to Dumlau is ball 1, 1-0. Wind up and the pitch, up high. Yes, so plate umpire, he brings the hand in. It's almost like a reverse strike call when he calls the ball. As this is hit in the air, left center, and caught by the ranging Callie Arthur, and we are through the top of the 7th. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th. The Hillers are going to be down to their final 3 outs, but they got the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up. Can they make it happen? We shall find out. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers softball on HCAM. Well, here we are at the bottom of the 7th inning. Hillers down to their final 3 outs. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. Denise Antaki on the camera. You'll be able to see the TV broadcast of this game in a couple days. And hopefully we'll have a Hiller walk-off. But right now they trail it 3-1. To start off the inning, a bunt by Charlotte Holden. Throw to first, they get the out. 1-3, 4 out number 1. Holly Paharic coming to the plate. Well, it's down to Holly Paharic and Ashley Callery. And if you need 2 hitters to get something going, these are certainly 2 hitters that are not bad options to have up there. A strike to Holly Paharic. 0-1. So it's bases clear. 1 out for the Hillers. Wind up and the pitch. A swing and a miss. 0-2. Well, the winner of this game will head to the state championship this weekend. They'll play the winner of Thursday's game between Westfield and Silver Lake. That game's tomorrow at UMass Dartmouth. That pitch outside. 1-2 the count on Paharic. Paharic 0 for 1 with a walk. I'll tell you, Alex Rossi, very impressive pitcher. And it has been fun to watch her work. Wind up and the pitch. And that's fouled into the backstop. And it'll be a lot of fun following these two at BC. Right now you got a pitcher-hitter matchup of future Boston College Eagles. And Paharic needs time. 1-2 the count. And Paharic waiting for her pitch. Rossi deals. Paharic in the air, foul out of play. That was a home run swing there. Rossi glares in and is set to deal. Swing and a miss. There's out number 2. And that'll bring up Ashley Callery. Well, that was a nice riser there by Rossi. And what movement that pitch had. 2 away. Well, it comes down to Ashley Callery. If she gets on base, Caroline Osmond will step to the plate. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Rossi deals. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Yeah, I mean, just such great velocity. And Rossi only had 88 pitches, so has not had to throw too many pitches to get through this game. Rossi set to deliver. A swing and a miss, and that's going to do it. The Bedford Buccaneers are heading to the state championship as they defeat the Hopkinton Hillers by a final of 3-1. Well, it was an absolutely incredible season by this Hopkinton Hillers softball team. It has been tremendous following them all season long, and I'll tell you what, I can't wait for next season. Addie Walls is going to be back, and this Hiller team, they'll be right back in the mix, and they'll be right back in the postseason as well. But certainly an unfortunate loss to Bedford here tonight. But you got to give the Buccaneers credit. Just tremendous pitching by Alex Rossi and the Bedford Buccaneers team. And what a team they have as they are moving on to the state championship. Hillers falling short here today by a final of 3-1. An unfortunate way to end the season if you're the Hillers, but this team has so much to be proud of. TVL large champions, best record in the TVL, getting all the way to the state semifinals in a very tough Division II bracket. And I can't say enough good things about how fun it has been to follow this Hopkinton Hillers team and be a part of this tremendous run. And hopefully we'll see another great run by this Hiller group next season, who will have many very talented athletes returning. But the Hillers are going to wrap up their season with a record of 20-4. Bedford improves to 21-1, and they move on to the state championship game as the 3-run rally in the 6th inning for Bedford ends up being the difference here tonight. Bedford scores 3 runs on 5 hits, commits 1 error. The Hillers had 1 run on 1 hit and committed no errors. That is just about going to do it for our broadcast here today. A big thank you to Denise Antaki for her fantastic camera work all season long. Also, a big thank you to a number of our other HCAM crew members, Mike Terosian, John Ritz, Joe Frackleton, who all helped out majorly in this spring season. It has been a lot of fun following these Hopkinton Hiller teams during the spring season. Some great playoff runs, some great memories. Well, that is going to do it for what has been an incredible 2024-2025 Hopkinton Hiller spring season. And we want to thank all of our viewers all season long, and thank you for your ongoing support, and we'll talk to you again. I'm sure we'll bring you some summer ball. We do have a couple plans to maybe bring you some summer ball. We'll let you know more about that in the near future. But the final score for the final time, Bedford gets the best of the Hopkinton Hillers as they take this Division II state semifinal matchup by a final score of 3-1. For Denise Antaki on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.